Hello, everyone. I believe that I'm live, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. This is my second time going live. So my other stream just shut down because I'm learning about how battery life works, I guess, in my camper outside. So I'm going to go ahead and just start where I left off. So this is a reading to help you understand what you need to be kind of looking at and reflecting on as far as personal development and your brand strategies for this solar eclipse. The solar eclipse was yesterday, and we're still in the energy of it. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what the solar eclipse means for rising signs Libra through Pisces, because I did Aries through Virgo last night. So I'm still working out the kinks on going live. But I'm going to jump right into Libra Rising. What I got from the last live was that you have the full reverse, and you also have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so with the full reversed, there are some deep fears that are keeping you from moving forward to manifesting your brand goals and strategies. And this made a lot of sense to me because for you, the solar eclipse and the new moon is in your 12th house. And the 12th house represents like subconscious thoughts, subconscious fears. It represents a lot of the unknown. And the unknown is where we have here a past unknown. The Eight of Swords. With the Eight of Swords, like if you were to think about the original tarot, the Eight of Swords is a woman with like something covering her eyes and it's swords all around her, and it's not even on her eyes like tight. It's like a cloth, and it's not really on her eyes tight, but it's just something that's obstructing her ability to see what's really going on, and to see that she can just go, like she can move forward and go, but there's so much mentally that's keeping her stuck, so much subconsciously and mentally that's keeping her stuck, that she just is like, oh, I can't move, but she's really in control, but she doesn't know that. And I feel like that's what's going on with you in your brand and even in your personal development. There's some things that you have to take control of, and you have to remember that you have the power. You have the power to take control. Nobody else, nothing else, whether it's a situation or a thing, has the power to control where you want to go in life. You are your own God, okay? And no matter what religion you're in, I don't want to get in that. I don't want to get into that. But I'm just saying, God, if you're a Christian, God gave you the power to take control over your own life. And if you just believe in spirituality like me, just know sometimes we can forget that we are the creators and co-creators of our own lives. But it's really time for you to remember, Libra Rising, that you can take control of your life. Now, it could be because solar eclipses are really important for us to let go of things like addictions. That's what I was saying in the other live. So you want to think about things that you're addicted to that could be keeping you stuck, and also causing you to not be clear as to what's going on, and how you can move forward. So addictions don't just have to be drugs and alcohol. Addictions can be food. Addictions can be TV. Addictions can be especially with Libra rising, I was saying in the last video, it could be codependency because Libra loves relationships. Okay. So you might be doing too much to remain in a relationship, and what the energy that you're putting out is causing you to be distracted from how you can move forward in your brand. Okay. So you might not need to leave a relationship, but you need to not show up in relationships that could be holding you back in the same way that you've been showing up. Okay. Um, Now, this wasn't really a brand strategy, just to be clear. I usually like to give clear brand strategies, but there's a lot for you to reflect on with Mercury representing the mind and communication, being exalted in your 12th house of the subconscious mind. You have to reflect on a lot in the next 28 to 30 days. And so much so, I do not believe this is time to take action. I think it's time to reflect for the next 38 days on where you want your brand to go, to reflect on your goals, and reflect on where you want it to go and what's keeping you from getting there. And while you're reflecting on what's keeping you from getting there, you want to stay out of victim mode, but and take as much accountability as you can as to why you are where you are and why you're not manifesting the goals that you want to manifest. Now, when I say take accountability, I'm not saying beat yourself up, but just understand you are the creator of your life. And if you're the creator, then you have to take accountability. I don't want you to walk in guilt or shame. Remember who you are and that you can create. And that's all I'm going to say. Okay. Oh, no, I am going to say something else. I said in the last slide that you want to pay attention to your dreams because you have Mercury, which is communication, in your 12th house of like nighttime dreams. And some of us feel like, including me, when we go to sleep and we dream, we go off to another world. And when you're in that other world at night, you can receive communication from the unknown, which is another meaning for the 12th house, which is where the solar eclipse is going to be for you. So you want to capture whatever you get in your dreams. Even if it doesn't make sense, capture it and make sure that you're reflecting on it, because your dreams can give you some inclination as to what's going on in your subconscious mind that's keeping you from reaching your goals. So you just want to be mindful of that, okay? So my husband just got me some French fries, so I'm eating some French fries right now. So now we're going to go to, that was Libra Rising, so now we're going to go to Scorpio. So you know that Scorpio is really going to be affected during this solar eclipse because Scorpio is ruled by two planets. One is K2, which is creating this solar eclipse with the sun, because a solar eclipse is when the south node of the moon, K2, is conjunct the sun. And then we have Mars in Gemini, which is the other co-lord. But the solar eclipse is really going to affect you, Scorpio rising. Okay. So now let's let's pull these cards and get an understanding of what does a solar eclipse and a new moon mean for, what does a solar eclipse and this new moon mean for Scorpio rising, for personal development and brand strategies? Solar eclipse is going to be in your 11th house of earnings, your 11th house of dreams and wishes. If I was doing your brand strategy, I would look at your 11th house to get an understanding of who your audience is. It can also represent older siblings. So what does this solar eclipse mean for Libra rising? No, Scorpio rising. Okay. Okay, Scorpio, you have the Two of Scrolls and it's reversed. So there's a choice that you feel like you need to make, but you're kind of at the crossroads with it and you kind of feel stuck a little bit. Um, I'm going to Okay, so you might be making this might be a change for you, Scorpio rising, in how you make money. You I feel like you're thinking about how you make money, how you're going to make money. I think you want to do something different. You want to do something in a different way. So I'm going to clarify. I want to clarify. Please clarify Two of Swords reverse. Let's see what those two choices are, actually. What are the two choices that Scorpio rising is kind of stuck on? Oh yeah, because your Mars, the other co-lord of Scorpio, is in the eighth house of transformation. So yeah, you're going through a lot of transformation, Scorpio rising. But the good thing is Mars is going into the nakshatra Purnuvasu, which is called the light bringer. So there could have been a lot going on where like you wanted to take some action on some things, but and like you wanted to take some action, you could have been feeling really determined, but not really clear on what action you should take, as we can see with the Two of Swords reverse. But there's a lot of transformation with both of your co-lords um, in places that represent transformation. So there's some things that you're going to have to let go of. Whenever there's transformation, you're going to have to embrace change and you're going to have to face your fears, especially you, Scorpio. Facing your fears is something that you probably have had to experience off and on all through your life because with Scorpio, you can't get to the seat of power. You can't accept success or see success or achieve success until you face your fears. Facing your fears is your superpower, Scorpio rising. So this is another time that you will have to face your fears. And just think about all the other times that you've had to face your fears and how it turned out for you, how much you grew. Okay. And that'll help you with this time. What are those two choices that Scorpio rising wants to make? Okay. So we have the seven of you're feeling really stuck. So the seven of not the seven of the chariot reverse. And this talks about fated meetings, but it also talks about it's you're really it's you're already in a career path, I feel, where you feel stuck, where you feel stifled, where you feel like you can't move forward. Okay? So but maybe it's giving you some type of stability in some way. So let's see. The other choice is the Queen of Scrolls. You see the difference in the energies of these? There's there's so much difference in the energies of these. This card stuck, stifled, can't move forward. This card, Queen of Swords, clarity, confidence, intuition. Okay. This is another time where I feel like you know the changes that you need to make, but it's just those fears that you need to face. And just look at this is the future. If you pick the choice that is a little scary, you'll be able to walk in your truth and with clarity and confidence. So you might need to talk things out. You might need to talk things out, Scorpio rising, with someone. Um, about your career path and your career opportunities. That I think that's what I would do, especially with when you have these decisions that you need to make. You want to be as clear as possible, okay? So that's what I have for you, Scorpio rising. It's not really a brand strategy, um, but making sure that you are facing your fears and going choosing the career path that is most in alignment with who you are, even if it's scary. That's going to help you with your brand. That's in any changes you want to make. Okay. So that is that. I'm going to move on to Sagittarius rising. These French fries are too good. Okay. Sagittarius rising. This solar eclipse, this new moon is going to be in your 10th house. And your 10th house represents your work environment, and it represents your reputation, and it just represents how you're seen in the public. So there's a lot of transformations that you could be experiencing in your work environment. A lot of things that might make you feel like you just want to cut it off and do something new. You just want to do something new. So let's consult the cards. What does Sagittarius rising need to know about their personal development and brand strategies for this solar eclipse? Sorry if you can hear my dogs. We have so many, and I'm outside. So, what does Sagittarius rising need to know about this solar eclipse and this new moon? Okay. Four of Scrolls, the karmic trench. So Sagittarius rising, I'm going to say there is a lot of things that are happening for you right now in your 10th house with the solar eclipse being there. There's a lot of karmic energy there. It's a lot of changes and transformation that you're going to experience in your work environment. A lot of things that are happening that are out of your control, really. So the best thing to do is just go with the flow. Yeah, I'm going to pull a clarifying card. And so it's like really important to whatever God or the universe is removing from you. It doesn't matter how it feels, whether it feels good or it feels bad, let it happen in your daily work, not in your daily work routine, but in your work environment and in your home life, because the solar eclipse is affecting your 10th house. But because Rahu is in your 4th house, the effects of it you're still going to feel in your home life. So there's a lot of transformations in those two major areas of your life. Go with the flow. Move forward, though. Move forward. Let me get a. It's time to do a lot of reflection, because with this represents standing still and reflecting on karma. Still, we're talking about swords, so we're still talking about the energy of Mercury being exalted in your 10th house, which is all about Mercury is all about business. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of, I feel like a lot of downloads, a lot of information about business. And it's also going to be important for you to do things in a way where we're talking about business, but we're also not we're not just focusing on money. We're not just focusing on brand awareness. We're really, some of us who have spiritual businesses and our Sagittarius rising, we're really focusing on the purpose behind things. We're really focusing on the spirituality of things, detaching from the material in a way where we're not driving towards it. We are not shunning material things, but we're not letting those ideas of materialism drive us. Not right now. We're focusing on purpose, and we're focusing on communication in our work environment. Let me pull a clarifying card. Please clarify the Four of Scrolls, the karmic trench. Okay. I said this is time to reflect on the karmic things that are happening in your work environment. So it's reflection. This is the moon. And we're talking about the lunar eclipse, and we're talking about not the lunar eclipse, we're talking about the solar eclipse, which is the new moon. So yeah, you're going to do a lot of reflecting on what's been keeping you stuck in your brand, and you're going to want to move forward. Um, this could also be a really, if you're if you're a Sagittarius rising and you have any type of intuitive aspect of your brand, that aspect is going to be really powerful for you right now. With K2, with this, well, yeah, K2, I feel like this is, and the moon together. There's a lot of transformation going on. Okay. And you have to make sure you're slowing down, allow yourself to slow down. Now, Sagittarius likes to go, go, go and be free and run and do all those things, but you're going to have to do some reflecting. But this is not like the other signs where I'm saying do some reflecting, but don't take action. You're definitely going to be taking action on your business. You're going to be doing it slow and methodically, though. You're going to be really detailed about things and really analytical about things. Okay. So these strategies are not turned out to be strategies like usual. This, I guess it's because the solar eclipse, things are more around reflection and personal development. So now let's go to Capricorn Rising. Okay, for Capricorn Rising, the solar eclipse is going to be in your ninth house of purpose, higher education, long distance travel. Okay. Let's see. What does Capricorn Rising need to know about this solar eclipse for their personal development and brand strategies? Mm-mm. Lost the earring. Another one. I already lost my other one. Okay, Seven of Scrolls. Okay, so we're talking about Saturn. Um, we're talking about Saturn with the Seven of Scrolls, and we're talking about making sure with your brand strategy, you have to make sure that your purpose is coming out in your strategy. Some people make a purpose, like say my brand purpose is this or is that, but then you don't make sure that it clearly shows up in your brand and it doesn't clearly show up in your messaging and it's not showing up in your marketing. It's just something that you thought was cute and you made it your brand purpose. But with this it's really important that your purpose is really woven through your brand strategies. You also might need to just be more strategic with Saturn being retrograde in your second house. Um, a lot of the way you accumulate wealth is going to be connected to being more strategic, to being more self-disciplined, being more responsible. Capricorn rising. And the more you do that, the more will be rewarded in the long term, because Saturn is long term. When it comes to your finances and how people see your value. Okay, so I'm going to pull a clarifying card. Please clarify the Seven of Swords for Capricorn rising. You also might need to be more strategic with your money. Do a lot of reflection on how you can be more strategic with your finances. Okay. So this is the Emperor, which also um the Emperor is connected to Mars. And you will have Mars in your, see, where is Gemini for you? That will be in your sixth house of work routine. And so you want to take more action. I feel like, let's look at these cards. Yeah, I feel like you're not really, with the Seven of Swords and then the Emperor, I don't feel like you're showing up as the leader that you are in your business, in your brand. I feel like you might be leaving some things to like happenstance. You might be leaving some things to chance, and you're not taking the action to create the strategies that you know will bring your brand to success. And you're not, like I said before, there's a disconnection with your purpose. Maybe there could be a lot going on with you, Capricorn Rising, because I feel like maybe you're just feeling maybe down or lost. Something has kind of taken you off track and is keeping you from seeing yourself as the leader that you are, and it's kind of keeping you, you know how you feel kind of depressed and you don't feel like doing anything? That's kind of what I feel. There's something that's going on with you and has been going on with you, that's been making you feel just like kind of down. But it's time to take control back with this solar eclipse in your ninth house. It's time to get back in alignment with your purpose. Whatever has been keeping you down or low, it's really time to move forward from that and get back in alignment with why you're doing what you're doing. A lot of the times that is something that can snap you out of confusion or depression, brain fog, anything like that. Like, why did I create this brand? And looking back on it can motivate you and energize you. But you need to talk to a teacher or a mentor or some authority figure that can kind of see things clearer for you, that can see things from a aspect of having been there before, but also having some type of spiritual insight. This might be more than one person, but you need to talk to someone who you trust, who is further down the road than you are. Okay. And I think that that's going to help you with your brand strategies and get you back on track. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to Aquarius Rising. For Aquarius Rising, the new moon, the solar eclipse is going to be in your eighth house. Okay. So what does the solar eclipse and the new moon mean for Aquarius Rising in their personal development and their brand strategies? Mm-mm. All right, Aquarius rising. Again, I guess it's because we're dealing with two Saturn ruled signs. We have um the Emperor card, and for you, Gemini is in Gemini is in your, see, Leo, Cancer. Yeah, it's in your fifth house. I'm going to pull another card. It's in your fifth house. So the fifth house is your speculative business, it's your creative self expression. It represents um, education, where you are. It represents your inner child. So yeah, let's get a little. It's some type of action that needs to be taken there. I feel. Is it action or is it? Let's see. Please clarify the Emperor card. But the for you, okay. For you, the solar eclipse is going to be in your eighth house of transformation. How you share how you share resources, could be financial resources with partners, family. Please clarify the Emperor. Mm-mm. All right. The Six of Wands. It's a lot of fiery energy for you, Aquarius rising. The Six of Wands, there is a lot of There's a lot of okay. There's a lot of action that you need to take as a leader. And I feel like because Saturn has been in Aquarius for so long, and it's even been in your first house, and it's even been in retrograde for so long. There's so much reflection that you've been doing that now it's time to get to work on the action. Get to work on the action, and it could be while you're getting to work, like it could be a fight, it could be like a war that you experience, some type of something that you have to fight. But it's going to be worth it. But it's especially so Rahu is about to move out of Pisces and it's about to move into Aquarius. So with that happening next month or at the end of this month, it's going to be important for you to get into action mode. Rahu is going to push you forward. So you want to get into the mindset of already pushing you forward, because if you wait for Rahu can do things in a way that are not very mindful or demure. Okay. Rahu is going to be like, get this out of the way, move this out of the way. All right, here we go. Okay. It's going to start rearranging things in your life to help you move forward, whether you like it or not. So you want to already be in that mindset so you can already be taking control. And something else you want to remember is that Saturn really rewards self-discipline and responsibility and being patient and taking your time to do things. So hopefully that's what you've been doing since Saturn has been in your first house for a while. It's over a year. It's been there well over a year. And hopefully you have been heeding what Saturn has been asking you to do. You might want to help people deal more with their transformations in your brand, Aquarius Rising. But you definitely want to make sure you're stepping into more of the leadership role in your life and that you are fighting for what you know is true. And you're fighting anything that could keep you from being where you need to be, basically. Just prepare for that forward movement, that forward propulsion that's going to happen when Rahu moves into your first house, because you're going to have both of your lords. You're going to have Saturn in your first house, and you're going to have Rahu in your first house, and they both rule Aquarius. So you're going to get, if you haven't been feeling strong and strengthened with Saturn there, with Rahu there, you're really going to feel strength and more power in Aquarius. Okay. So now let's move to Pisces Rising. Pisces Rising, the solar eclipse is going to be in your 7th house. So I already know partnerships and in your audience is going to be really important. You want to focus on strategies strategies around networking, strategies around getting to know your audience deeper. You might have to do some polls, like some people say it's good to do polls and ask questions on like a larger scale, on a mass scale, but there's no information that's better than the information that you can get from your audience, like just asking them one-on-one, getting on a call with them one-on-one and really talking to them and getting the understanding of what they want from you, what their needs are, what their challenges are, what their goals are, what their dreams are. what's stopping them from reaching those things. Getting to know that information from them one-on-one is really helpful. So what does Pisces rising need to know about this solar eclipse full moon? All right. Seven of Keys, the Ascent. Um, so yeah, this is, I'm going to clarify. Please clarify. So this is to me talking about, I really feel like this is focused on networking and partnerships. So you want to make sure that you are really, really, really getting your strategies down for networking. We're not doing things willy-nilly. We're not waiting till someone reaches out to you. We're not waiting till someone makes a post in a group for you to, network. You're being really strategic and really forward thinking and taking control of your networking strategies. That's going to be really helpful for you. Let me clarify. I'm going to pull a card to clarify. Yeah, we're not leaving anything to chance with our networking strategies. We're going to get more skilled. We're going to get more knowledgeable. You're going to gain more confidence. That's something that you also might want to, don't be overcritical of yourself. Because that could keep you from being confident enough to reach out to other people and network. When the sun is with K2, the sun represents confidence, but K2 kind of takes things away. It cuts you off from the things that are important in the sign or the house that it's in. And it kind of cuts away the sun's confidence. So you might not be feeling as confident as you want to. You might be a little self-critical. We're talking about Virgo in your 7th house where the solar eclipse is. But you're going to want to bypass all that. Understand that it's just this solar eclipse trying to point out to you what you need to let go of and work on so you can move forward. So if you're feeling even more critical of yourself than usual, Pisces rising, when it comes to networking and reaching out to people, that's understandable. You want to reflect on that, but don't let that control you, because digging deeper into what those subconscious fears are can help you understand more about yourself and what you need to do to overcome those fears. But while you're digging into what's coming up for yourself, you also want to feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay? All right. And this is, yeah, the Buddha prepares. This is the death card. So you're letting go of everything that's been keeping you from networking, whatever your excuses are, whatever is holding you back from perfecting your networking strategies. It's time to let it go. It's time to kill it so you can move forward. Okay? It's time to move forward, Pisces rising. And that is that is finally, with all the technical difficulties I've been having and getting to understand how to go live, this is the completion of the solar eclipse readings. They'll be more smoother, more professional, look a lot better moving forward. But I appreciate anyone and everyone who has watched all these lives where I've been trying to get it together. And I will have more than, I know I do these lunar readings for the new moon and the full moon, but there's going to be more value, and I'm adding more value and more different types of videos so you can really see what I do to help people, to help women with their brand strategies, and by integrating Vedic astrology and tarot, as you can see. But yeah, just stay tuned. Look, keep your eye open for that. And until then, make sure you remember that your brand is sacred.